Okay, so welcome musician. In this lesson, we'll be talking of fillers you can use in your chord progression. So I will kind of do it in a way that I will be making use of various chord progressions and various fillers, various things you can do to make your playing not sound too boring and repetitive. So let's get started. So one thing I normally do is broken chords depending on the song. So let's try the 1 5 6 4 progression without adding anything. It's going to sound like this. The 1 5 6 4 without adding anything. So that's it. It was kind of those. So let me try to add a bit to this to keep it lively. So which should I put? So as you can see, it was kind of so let's try and so one thing you can do to your chord progression is you can keep on eating the chord progression instead of just staying idle before moving to your next chord. So let's go again. I'm on the key of C sharp. Your sixth, your fourth. You see that? So we all see that it's kind of lively and not too repetitive. So another thing you can do is playing broken chords. So let's go again. That is kind of live when we have moved from this like a snowball. Now we are kind of breaking our chords. So what am I doing here is that I'm just breaking the triads. I'm alternating between one note and two notes placed together. So the first chord is your C sharp major chord, do mi so, or your 1 3 5 so. You alternate between your 1 and your third and fifth, which is like this. To your next chord, then you play it, which is or your next chord. I'm using inversions here. I'm not playing on their root position. You can make use of inversions to keep your hands in a particular area rather than jumping from one chord to the other because you are playing on their roots. So your sixth, your fourth. So that's about broken chords. So another thing you can do is that you can grace, but it's better you don't grace all the time. So let's try this. So I'll be making use of the various patterns we've talked about, but this time around I will try to make it beautiful by adding the grace notes. grace note is that that's a grace note. So what you normally do is that what I was doing here for my first chord, instead of playing the first 3 notes, I kind of moved from my second to my then to my third quickly. So what am I doing here? Instead of your do mi so, you go like this. You play your suspended second, then you quickly move from your second to your third, like this. You play everything together, which is for your fifth. I was doing something like this. So you can make use of this for now. You see? Or so you play a suspended chord here. Sorry, so la. Your suspended chord second on your fifth. Then you go back to this. La ti la so is what I'm basically playing. Your 6, 7, 6, 5. For your fourth, you can make use of make use of this. Instead of normally play my sixth chord. What inversion is this? Your root, your first inversion, my second inversion, because it can also mean your 4 major 7. You see, if this is your 4 major 7, but I rather play the fourth chord here than play my sixth chord. This using this inversion. Fa, your 3, 7, your 3, 6, 1, which is your mi, la, do. But you add your fifth notes to it. So you sol, la, your 5, 6. So what I'm doing here is so you can use grace to specify your progression. Another thing you can also do is you can make use of. We are still on our right hand. You can make use of. So I'm still thinking. You can play with the notes. So you can, instead of going block, you can play with the notes. You see, I'm kind of playing with the notes I'm holding. You start with the first note, you ascend and you descend, or you descend and you ascend. So these are things you can do to your chord progression. You can also play arpeggios, and this is for those who know how to who understand the concept of the power chord. This is your power chord for your left hand. When you play your first chord, you have do, so, do, the second chord, re, la, re, the third chord, mi, ti, mi. We have the next chord, fourth, fa, do, fa, sol, re, sol, la, mi, la, ti, fa, ti, do, mi, sa, re, do. So you can do something like this. 1-5-1. I'm just playing with them. I'm sure we all know this popular. So you can just go do 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 so do 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 so do. For your fifth chord. Things to do to make your chord progression beautiful. Another thing you can do to make your chord progression beautiful is use of arpeggio also. So let us take note of this arpeggio we'll be making use of. So this is the arpeggio you can make use of. I don't have the sustain pedal, so it's kind of noisy when I switch on the sustain. So I'm doing do so do re mi. You play the necessary notes after holding your power chord. The necessary notes in the scale, that's the rule for any chord or any scale you are playing on. If on your 2, you play your do so re mi fa. The next 2 notes ahead of it, your mi, fa fa do fa sol la. 5th, so 6th, 7th, your do. So when you play your chord, you can make it very slowly or very fast. You can use your right hand to assist your foot, your left hand like this.